America. You know what this country is based on? This country is based on freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The greatest nation on God's green earth. Remember that. This is the greatest nation on God's green earth. And many, you know what you really are is? You know who you really are? You are a real fighting lady of liberty. That's who you are.
You should have seen. And I'm not afraid to rock the boat. I ran for office in Florida, and I was rocking. I'm Republican, and I was trying to vie for a Republican seat. Mm-hmm. And I'm rocking the boat. I'm rocking the boat. I'm rocking the boat because you just can't pick who you want. You got to allow the divine. You got to allow God to say, hey, there's other candidates. That the Davids. God wanted to put David, not souls in place. Mm-hmm. So I ran for office there, and I ran for again when I was in Virginia, U.S. Senate race, in the 18 race. I didn't even make the ballot. I jumped in kind of late, but again, I was used to rock the boat. And I would have loved to, get all the signatures and move on, but God has a way of using the clergy sometimes in ways that people can't fathom. And it's my delight sometimes when the Lord uses me in that fashion. I say, oh boy, tighten your seatbelt. Here we go again. So there were positive changes done in the Republican Party of Virginia at that time because there was another candidate, Ivan Raiklin, who did have all the required signatures, and he was purposely, is my understanding, left out. So he ended up suing the Republican Party through the Supreme Court in Virginia. And one of the issues that were postulated, or that I said, because we went to Madison University, and I made a speech, and I said, listen, if a conservative, clergy, smart person who loves America just as much as you do, I got Native American roots here, we don't lack the intelligence or the ability. What we lack is the resources sometimes to take on the big fish. And so that's one change. That's one positive change that came out of the Republican Party of Virginia. So, to be more open to minorities, to run for office, and lo and behold, how many Republican women candidates are running in the Republican ticket in Virginia? There are a lot more than 2 or 3, 4 years ago, aren't there? There's a lot more.
Well, it's California too as well. I mean, because they got you have you, then you got Amy Fowl West. I mean, there's a lot of women out in between California, Arizona. I'm looking at it. Florida, Texas.
Baltimore has this. I think I put her on my wall. I can't remember her name immediately off my tongue. But, it inspired minority women to run, Republicans, conservatives. It gave them a second win, inspired to run for office. Yeah. And not only the Republicans, but the Democrats, too. There's a whole bunch of slew there, too, of many, many qualified, intelligent women. Those who think, on the Democrat side, they think opposite of what we think, but they're running for office. The point is that minority women, men and women, are running for office, but the Republican Party needs to back the Republican women, the conservative minority. After all, we are a huge, huge, huge bloc in number, and we're giving them our resources, financially, advocating, the Trump trains, the Trump this, and everything that we have to get our President Trump reelected. And I personally would like to see more Hispanic appointments at the upper echelon of government. Start with me. I'm right here waiting for my appointment. A free after me.
Yeah, just like we have had Jimmy Blanco from down in Houston, Texas too as well. She's Hispanic. We had her. She's ran for Congress, by the way. Down in Houston, Texas, and it's like she is the same position you are. Now you're being attacked. You're being discriminated against by the mainstream media because they don't want to have they don't want to be, I don't know what it is, but there's something about minority women their fear about who are conservative. I don't know why. I don't get. I don't understand this. It's like they're trying to bring back socialism. I guess that's what they're doing. Like I said, there's no freedom of press anymore. I guess they're trying to bring back socialism with supporting terrorism. I think that's what they're doing. I mean, it looks like that's what they're doing.
I think they're playing with fire.
Yep, they are.
And I think they think that they will be able to harness, once they start up stuff, that they will be able to harness the terrorist groups. Now, you don't have to be terrorist because we're in charge, and unless something happens, we reactivate you and refund you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole thing. It's like a private army. It's like a private army.
Yeah.
So while Trump is president, that kind of army is heavily funded, and and they're doing what they're being told and paid for, because they're professional rioters, I guess that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going on. It is their activism and their violence is being applauded. I guess the more violent they get, they're more. I don't know. If you go kill or burn somebody, you get $1 million, and we'll put the money in the Swiss bank. I don't know. I'm just saying that. Saying that because what incentive a professional person will have if they don't believe in the cause that they're getting paid for. So it's more than just a psychological thing. Like patriots don't get paid anything. We're fighting for our nation. But on the other hand, what motivates other people to do such horrible crimes against their fellow citizens if there is not a promise at the end of their supposed rainbow?
Right.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I were the inspector general, I don't know, of let's say of commerce, perhaps, I don't know who has IRS or commerce, I will open the books of these nonprofit organizations that are both receiving and giving money out to terrorist organizations or people with terrorist or ties that have proven to be guilty or associated with, and very, 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 the rap sheet is long and deep. So why not do an audit of those books? Who stopped the IRS or the Commerce Department from opening those books? I call right now, today in your show, I call upon the inspector generals that have oversight of all commerce and monies for all these organizations to open the book, audit the book. Come on, let America see. Let America see who's getting paid and how much. I bet that if we start a movement asking for that, a petition, and we have enough thousands of signatures, I bet that we can create a headache or a tummy ache. And those that are in those positions of power and authority who are giving money will make a run for the money.
Yeah.
I bet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, one of the main, I want to tell you this too. It made me that,